Peggy 16.
So next week you make your big announcement, Jerry. The question is, what flavor of deck stacking and advantage are you feeling? Iron Man, Gauntlet, Handicap, Lumberjack. The fact of the matter is, I like my odds in all of those, even as the underdog, so to speak. See, Jerry, while you might be older and more wily, I'm meaner. I like to get hurt. I like to feel the pain because it tells me I'm still alive. And that's the problem, Jerry. I'm still breathing, and when I get the contract back, the whole roster is in danger. I have one in the chamber with the entire MNW roster's name on it. So let's go to work.
Good evening, Multiverse, and welcome to another exciting episode of MNW Warzone. I'm your host, Warzone General Manager Jerry Aldini, and you just heard comments issued forth by Theron Markov hours after last week's show. And yes, tonight I will be announcing the match type for the Outlaws to get Theron's contract back, get him back on the show, but with the stipulation that if they lose, all three are fired. But what is that match going to be, I hear you ask? Well, you're going to have to wait. I'll tell you, but towards the end of the show. Because we have so much more we have to go over that we have to deal with this evening, including your main event, when the wide bastard Minwanu gets the biggest chance of his career when he will face off against the Multiverse heavyweight champion, the Blue Hood, for the Multiverse heavyweight belt. That and so much more, including a tune-up match for Leon Arcaster as he prepares to take on the living nightmare, Necron. But before we can get to any of that, well, we have a rule here on Warzone, and that rule is simply if a champion wants to come into the ring and address the crowd, well, they will get that chance. And so we are about to hear from the newest champion on Warzone. Your TTV champion, the undisputed future R. Sawyer, winning the belt last week from Adrian Driscoll. Let's hear what the bot has to say. Oi. My last great Warzone accomplishment. You hear me? I won the TTV Championship. The last great hunt of my career. But let's be clear, my career isn't anywhere near over. I've won the TTV belt and I plan on holding on to it forever. I might not even bother cashing it in for a multiversal match, just TTV champion eternal. Because with this, what other mountains are there for me to climb? What other challenges are there for me to face other than to prove that once our Sawyer has some, well, mates, it's his. Okay, this is interesting. It's Ignacio Cervantes. The unconventional genius of Los Villanos Ingobernable. He may be a social outcast, but he's an in-ring wonderkin. Sawyer, I gotta thank you. You did me a great favor when you won that TTV championship. Because, well, because you won that belt, I get to fulfill my bargain with Driscoll. Oh, I should have seen this coming. Look, I'm not giving you a belt shot. Just shove off, bugger off, any other off you want. Get out of my face. I will not give you a shot at my TTV championship. Oh no, that's fine, sir. That's fine. I don't want the belt. I don't need the belt. I just need to hold up my end of the bargain with Adrian Driscoll. And per the terms of my agreement, I need to stick to you like glue for the rest of your life. What the fuck, what? Excuse me. You gotta stick. The hell's that all about? Why? Why is it gotta be you sticking with me? I don't need you. I don't need anyone. I am one of the greatest ever. Yeah, but that's not the point. The point is, I need to become your constant shadow. When you go for an oil change, I'll be there. When you go for an autograph signing, not that you ever do those, I'll be there. When you go to recharge at night, I'll be there. Why? What possible goal could Driscoll have to have you be constantly in my business? Why? Well, you see, that's the point. Who cares? It's the terms of my deal. I'm going to get something in return from Driscoll. In return for being with you every possible moment of every possible day. Yeah, well, you see, there's one thing I have to say about that. Oh, right in the nachos. Oh, and Sawyer does not like what he heard. I agree with him. What the hell is Driscoll playing at? On the other hand, yeah, I mean, it is Ignacio Cervantes. He is the social outcast. He can be very awkward to be around. And if I wanted to punish someone, his constant presence wouldn't be the worst thing I could come up with. But Sawyer is maybe looking to solve his problem by ending Ignacio. And with a clothesline, down goes the luchador. Sawyer wants to get on him, but the ref is in the way. All right, I mean, I'm as confused as Sawyer. But hopefully we'll get some answers later on about what that's all about. But for now, everything we've been discussing is all well and good, but folks, we're a wrestling show. And you came here for one thing, and that was to see wrestling action. So it's time for our opening match. And this continues the ongoing saga of Hero Time and the Night's Watch. With that, let's head to ringside.
Your opening match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, it's Power Surge.
Representing Hero Time, Power Surge. Youngest member of the team, but no one, you can say what you want about his youth. What you cannot disparage, though, is his effectiveness. He is one of Hero Time's top performers. And for those wondering what's going on with Hero Time and the Night's Watch, it's simple. Hero Time has challenged for the Multiversal Tag Team Championship, which are currently held by the Watch. But with Hero Time saying they think they would do a better job representing it.
And introducing their opponent, West Wing.
And representing the Night's Watch, the one member of their team that isn't one of the belt holders, the Angelic Warrior, West Wind. Now, of course, West Wind briefly left the Watch, an act he greatly regrets, and has been working to reprove himself as a valued member of the team. This, of course, leads to the question, can he take on Power Surge? And they're off. And Westwind getting some early dominance. Oh. Power Surge trying to fight back. But Westwind keeping up the pressure. Oh, moonsault, but Power Surge out of the way. Oh, uppercut. Westwind piling it on. And then Power Surge with that reverse flying DDT. And over the top rope goes the Angelic One. And a Hurricane Rana takedown. And a 1 count. Oh, Power Surge fighting his way out of the corner. And a kick out at 2. And oh, Westwind teleported. And going for that dive, and Power Surge made him pay for it. Oh, the knees were up. Oh, and I think Westwind is busted open. And Power Surge thrown back in the ring. Oh! And a rope-assisted cutter. And they are once again outside the ring. Power Surge not taking the hit because Westwind misjudged the difference. And now Power Surge is busted open. Power Surge trying to regather himself, but Westwind is pressing his advantage. And another cutter.
And your winner, Power Surge.
And Power Surge emerges victorious again. One of the truly effective members of Hero Time comes out, gets the job done. I would have to check with our statistician, but I'm willing to bet that at least for this year, he probably has the best win-loss record of any member of Hero Time. But earlier, we saw an interesting exchange between R. Sawyer and Ignacio Cervantes, where Ignacio said that per his deal with Driscoll, he was going to be sticking to Sawyer like glue. Now the question is, but why? Well, maybe we'll get some answers as we head to ringside. And we hear from Adrian Driscoll. Yeah. Sawyer, I gotta say, congratulations on the win last week. It was a great match. And you got the job done. Congratulations on your TTV championship. And I'm so glad you had a chance to say hello to your new best friend, Ignacio Cervantes. You best get used to seeing him around, 'cause you're gonna be thick as thieves, inseparable, whether you like it or not. Now, y'all could be asking, Adrian, why? Why do this? Why have Ignacio stick so close to Sawyer as part of your bargain? What could you possibly be getting out of it? Well, you know what? Those are terms and conditions between me and Mr. Cervantes. But rest assured, I will be getting what I want, and in return, Ignacio will be getting what he wants. Because old Adrian Driscoll, when he makes a deal, he plays fair. Always. But that's not all I got on my mind right now. You see, I'm paying real close attention to what the hell's going on with the Outlaws. I cannot wait to hear what Jerry has set for their stipulation. Now, why would I care, you ask? Well, that is very simple. I got a score to settle with Nakano Kirishima. Oh, does he now? Well, I mean, Nakano was constantly harassing him and insulting him and interfering in his stuff, so... But all I have to say to Adrian on that is I hope you're not disappointed if the Outlaws fail and are all fired. But that is a whole nother issue. Although almost immediate response from the Crimson Delinquent himself, Nakano Kirishima, saying, ha 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 ha, as usual, I say bring it. That is that outlaw bring it attitude that has been the bane of my existence for years. But that's fine. That's fine. We have our next match to get to. And it is going to be, well, it's going to be very interesting. Because, again, it's going to be dealing with an ongoing rivalry that... hang on. Yeah, hang on. I'm What is it? Phyllis, what? What? You got, are the cameras set up? I can't believe, I mean, I'm not surprised, but still, give me a break. Folks, before we get to our next matchup, we got to go backstage. We got an issue going on, and we got to see what's hang on, get the cameras back there, get the cameras back there. Last week, Johan Mjoln lost a match against the Punk Master Ghost. And looks like he is being a sore loser about it. Going after PM backstage with nary a Tiki the Troll in sight. But one thing the Son of Thunder should know is there is no quit in the Punky Phantom. But this is definitely going to be... Oh! Yeah, I can see where this is going. This is... Last week's victory by the Ghost wasn't the end of it! And I suspect neither will this. Being slammed down in the backstage area. Oh! Johan is just manhandling the Ghost. And if you listen carefully, you can hear the wailing of the Phantom fans cheering on their favorite wrestler, who apparently can hear them and is rallying. So I was going to say, I think the Ghost is about to give Johan his elevator pitch. Johan apparently does not want to take that elevator ride and instead is sending the Ghost on a ride. And now the cameraman has got to get around that spot. There we go. Guys, I understand you don't want to get too close to them, but I got to see what's going on. Get out from behind the light. And I don't know jokes about PM Ghost going into the light. DDT on the concrete. Down goes Johan. Oh, getting him in that chokehold. Oh, jawbreaker to get out. And now, again, just sort of fighting in front of the elevator. And again, behind the light. And I think the Ghost is knocked out. Can we get some medical attention? What kind of doctor do you get for a Ghost again? Right, a witch doctor, right? Do we have a witch doctor in the back? Well, we were going to get set up for our next match, but there's a little bit of disarray backstage. But I am told there is somebody backstage who, while we're getting things figured out, would like to address the crowd. So he's going to come out, but while we're waiting, we also are getting a message from our Sawyer saying, you know what, Driscoll? This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Terminator power cells last 120 years. I'll just outlive Ignacio. I just have to outlive Ignacio. I just have to wait and wait and wait. All right, well, while we're getting everything figured out, we have somebody coming to ringside to address the crowd. And folks, it is none other than Sir Unkley Dunk. Greetings, Multiverse. I've got to tell you, in this new path I'm on, I think I've truly found my real passion in MNW now. I want to be a good wrestler, an honorable wrestler. I want to be a sportsman. I want to be here for the wrestling, not the glory. That's I didn't realize all those years just trying to build myself up that maybe the thing I really enjoyed was the competition. But I've been thinking, how do I want to go about things? And I ran into Louis McDonald backstage and we were talking, and he pointed out that just because we're good guys now, we learned a lot when we were assholes. And I realized he's right. All that time as a shitheel taught me an important skill I can bring to this new path. That I, above all else, have the power of being annoying. Yes, you heard me right, annoying. out. That means if anyone wants to play fair, have a good match, great, we shall do that. But if anyone wants to cross me, anyone wants to get into my grill, anyone wants to try and drag me down, well, I assure you, I've been doing this longer than any of them. And it will be goof o'clock if they don't respect me. So Unkley has figured his superpower is annoyance. I mean, on some level, he's not wrong. And so, if I'm reading this correctly, what Unkley is saying is that his plan is to be annoying for good. That is a lot to take in. I want to see how that plays out. But meanwhile, we need to get to our next actual match. Remember, we're a wrestling show. And this next match is another feud continuation. Because one of the other feuds that's been going on lately has been Los Villanos Ingobernable and the Wild Boys. And we've seen them in tag action. We saw the leaders, Grizzly Adams and El Albatros, in one-on-one action last week, and we are going to see two of them in one-on-one action this week. So let's not wait another moment and head to ringside.
The following match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, registered and
there he is, folks, the living embodiment of everything that is Florida. That is right. He is Florida man. He is registered Anon. And take a good look, folks. This used to be our head of human resources. It's a long story. And he is coming to the ring looking to face one of the members of Los Villanos Ingobernable. Well, last week it was El Albatros, and we've already seen Ignacio tonight, so I suspect you can guess who's about to come down that ramp.
And introducing their opponent, Strongman Bell,
Scion of the Bell Dynasty. Strongman Bell coming down to face a Wild Boy, because, well, there have been issues between them of late. Folks, he is the Haas of Lucha Libre. Well, or at least he was. We now have Minwano, the Wide Bastard, who is in your main event tonight against the Blue Hood. Now, I know what a lot of people are thinking. There's a huge size difference between the two. Do not let that fool you. Anon is crazy strong. For reasons I do not think would survive a blood test. Running Bulldog. And now hoisting him up into that military press. Oh, elbows from Anon. Remember what I said earlier about being crazy strong. Well, crazy strong, but also crazy a lot of things after doing that double axe handle from all the way uptown. And getting that running neck breaker. Anon keeping the count low. Meth Valley Driver on the outside. Oh, I think he was going for the bloody end, but blocked by Bell. And hung out to dry. Those pounding blows going for a pin. And a discus punch. Whoa! That was a lot of distance for that splash. Bell's fighting back. In a lot of ways, fighting for his life. Bell going up top, Anon jumping around, keeping him off his balance. And now here it is. The bloody end. And Bell gets loose at the 2 count. And hoisting him up. And hitting the Oni combo. Anon survives the Oni combo. Oh! But a top rope leg. Oh! And Anon busted open. I worry when he bleeds. Oh! Going for the Phoenix Rush, but the knee came up. Oh, getting ready for that power bomb, but Anon fights back. Anon back in the ring, back out of the ring, breaks the count. And Bell goes out again, breaking the count. Back in the ring they go. And as I said, do not count out the strength of Anon. Oh, but Bell out of the way. Bell hoping to be the one. Oh, and another, finally a Rolling Thunder hits. Bell hoping to be the first one to get a victory against a Wild Boy. And he does it!
And your winner, Strongman Bell.
Strongman reaches down deep and gets the victory. Which, considering, much needed victory by Los Fianos, it's not been going great for them in this particular series. But there you have it. Now, folks, earlier tonight we heard from Sir Uncle Dunk, who realized his power is that when he wants to be, he can be super annoying. But one of the things he pointed out was he got that idea while talking with an old friend who used to be a heavy rival, who is like Uncle, had to walk a bit of a path of redemption. And that said associate wants to address the crowd. I'm, of course, speaking of Louis McDonald. All right. First off, I just want to say, Uncle Dunk, good on you. Yeah, like I said, you've got experience, and good, bad, it's experience. Use it. And I think you got a great game plan, and I wish the best for you, my friend. But that is not what I am out here to address. No, I have got something up my craw. Somebody has broken wrestling etiquette. And I know y'all saying, well, Louis McDonald, who are you to complain about wrestling etiquette? Well, there are certain things you just do not do. And one of those is saying that you got a match for Multiverse when it is not set. I'm talking to you, Tommy Black. Look, you said you're going to main event Multiverse. Now, that's all well and good. But like everyone else, you're going to have to work your way to that. You're going to have to earn a shot. And I understand you're a champion, but you're the Nexus Titan champion. And take it from someone who held that strap, who won the Multiversal Heavyweight Championship at Multiverse, that the Multiversal Heavyweight Champion, well, that belt, that is the main event of Multiverse, not the Nexus Titan. So you saying you're going to main event Multiverse when you're not even in the heavyweight scene? Well, that just don't sit right. More to the point, that what does that say to all of the other people working their asses off to get a shot, to go to the biggest stage of them all? Now, Tommy, I'm going to be honest with you. I think that at some point, you and I are going to have to cross paths. And I'll then stomp that out of you. I mean, Louis got a point. The main event is generally reserved for the heavyweight belt. And that is true of both Warzone and Flashbang. Remember, Multiverse, a 2-night event. And so the main event should go to the match featuring whoever holds that belt come that auspicious night in August. And it could be the Blue Hood, or who knows, after tonight, it could be Minwano. Who knows who it could be, but it does take a lot of testicular fortitude to say you're going to be the main event when you don't hold that belt. And so I think Louis is kind of right calling him out. Not that I got anything against Tommy Black. Not that and I understand that drive to want to be the main event at the show. I mean, he is a former heavyweight champion over on Flashbang, our sister show. Which you can see on Friday nights. But yeah, it makes a point. But you know what? That's an issue for another time. We got to get to our next match. And folks, I know that a lot of our matches tonight have been about rivalries, have been about existing issues. That is not what this next match is. This is just a good old-fashioned. We've got two wrestlers who've been, their win-loss records are actually pretty good. And they're looking for that little record boost because as we're on the road to Multiverse, they want to, improve their records to get a spotlight. And so we're going to give them that chance. And it is going to happen right here and right now. So we are now going to head to ringside.
The following match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, the Latino B, Buck Bumble.
He fly, he be, he sting. Viva la Raza! It is Buck Bumble. And as my former broadcast partner was wont to say, there are bees, Jerry! And he is coming down because he now feels it is time for there to be Viva la Revolution! And let's face it, this year Buck Bumble, his win-loss record is pretty enviable.
And introducing their opponent, it's Wonderball.
Wonderball, the one-man choking hazard, coming to ringside, wanting a shot, wanting to build up that record. He'd love to go for a title, which maybe would be happening more if he was less concerned with trying to convince other wrestlers that the best strategy is to cheat. So we'll just have to see how this goes when he faces off against somebody he has faced more than once in the past, the Latino B, Buck Bumble. And Wonderball comes out charging. Oh, running into a whole lot of bee. And you hear about the bee's knees, but sometimes you got to worry about the bee's elbow. Oh, boot to the head. Oh, getting him in that calf crusher. Wonderball is a submission wrestler. And they lock up and slamming him down, going for the pin. Kick out at 2. Wonderball undoing that top turnbuckle cover while Buck is outside. Oh! Hammer strike from all the way uptown. Up to a 4 count. And back in the ring goes Buck. And Wonderball going to the top. Oh, nobody home. Locking up. Bringing Wonderball to the corner. And hoisting him over. And now repositioning him. Wonderball fighting back. Oh, and getting him into ban this. But Buck manages to survive the ban this. And a kick out at 2. Buck is not going down easily. Back in the ring. Whip to the ropes. And a clothesline from the Latino B. Oh, wrench in the elbow. And now stalking Wonderball on the outside. Wonderball with a suplex. Oh, into those steps. And Buck back in the ring. And now both wrestlers back in the ring. Wonderball fighting back. And again, a drop toe hold into that calf crusher. Buck turns it over and punches him in the face. Because sometimes you just got to punch a man in the face. And sometimes you got to give him an elbow. Oh, I think we see what's going to happen here. He is about to go Buck Wild. One, two. Kick out at 2. Hoist him up at Jawbreaker from Wonderball. Getting him into the corner. And headbutt you. Oh, I don't think this looks good for Wonderball. Because here comes the Bullseye Drop. And Wonderball gets out on a 2 count from the Bullseye Drop. Buck goes up top and hits him with the bee's knees. Whip to the corner. Oh, reversal into a DDT by Buck. Oh! And Wonderball locks in the ban this for a second time. But Buck manages to survive. And again with that turnbuckle cover. He hates that one on that corner in particular. And a jumping jawbreaker. Kick out at 2 by Buck. And the ref sees the turnbuckle cover. And while he's distracted, it looks like, whoa! Wonderball wanted to take advantage and Buck said no. Oh! Coming charging in, but Wonderball was ready and getting another band this locked in.
And your winner, Wonderball.
That was a powerful match. Two great opponents. But Wonderball manages to win it. And I want to say clean-ish. At least as clean as Wonderball ever gets. So with that match in the books, we are now going to, before we get ready for our next match, and oh boy, is that next match going to be, oh boy, this next match. It's going to be a thing, folks. But before we get there, we got to head down to the ring to hear from somebody we actually haven't heard from in quite a while. So let's go hear from the returning Stormcrow Jagger Blackthorn. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Look, I get it. I've been away. You know, I have to get my head together sometimes. My life's had a lot of twists and turns, and sometimes I just got to get out. Get out into the wilderness. Get out and feel that thrill of the hunt. But there was always something that was going to draw me back. I got to settle a score with someone. I have a long-standing score, a long-standing debt that needs to be called in with someone from my past that, let's be honest, I never properly closed the book on. And that score, well, it's going to be a little tricky. Because, well, the person I need to settle the score with doesn't wrestle Monday nights. No, you tend to see them. In fact, I think you did see them last Friday. But I promise you, whether it's here on Monday night on Warzone, or if it's Friday night Flashbang, I, the Stormcrow Jagger Blackthorn, am owed a pound of flesh. Because you see, it's not just the personal wrongs that have been done to me, although the personal wrongs are many. But it's the sullying of everything I taught them. It is the tarnishing of long-standing traditions they have to pay for. So saith the Stormcrow. Well, it doesn't, even though he didn't name names, it doesn't take a genius to figure out who he's talking about. And I do believe we saw them on Friday. And yeah, they absolutely abandoning all traditions, all they've been taught, going the easy route, as it were. And well, I'm Lawson can't touch me. I have it in my contract. Joining the executive club to get what they want. But that's an issue that, we'll have to see if Jagger can get that shot, because there's always a challenge when we're trying to get a match set up cross brands. Just ask Sergeant Major Payne, who's over on Flashbang right now trying to get his owed Big Oof title shot. But now we've got our next match. Oh boy. So later tonight, I have promised that I will announce the stipulation for the Outlaws to get Theron Markov's contract back. Because if they lose, all three of them are fired. So this may be one of the last chance you get to see one of these wrestlers in the ring. As for their opponent, well, it's someone they know very well. Let's head to ringside.
The following match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, Seth Jackson.
Well, there he is, folks. Seth Jackson. Wrestler. Pizza enthusiast. Surprisingly skilled investigator.
And introducing their opponent, CJR Killer.
Cash, job, repeat. CJR Killer. Who, let's be clear, he was the one that put up the Outlaws' jobs as collateral to get a match to earn Theron Markov a new contract to get his job back. And of course, we've also been hearing tonight from, on social media at least, Nakano Kirishima, who has run afoul of Adrian Driscoll, apparently. And we're off, and CJR coming out strong. There are times that Seth Jackson has been a thorn in the side of the Outlaws. Working his arm. Oh! Breaking his back. And an elbow drop. And again. And oh! Stomp to the gut. And Seth just sort of tossing CJR. Not a lot of people can do that. Oh, kicks to the gut and a clothesline. Oh, going for a bear hug, a suplex. I don't know. What he did get was an elbow from the killer. And now he's getting a bear hug, but fighting his way out. Into the ropes. Going for the big boot. But Seth ready, and Seth with a suplex. Oh, just slapping him. Oh, Seth ducking the big boot. And Seth, oh! Thrown over the top rope and knocked to the outside by CJR Killer. Chasing him out. And brought down. Knee to the elbow. Those pads, by the way, folks, are very thin. They are only there so the wrestlers don't necessarily cut themselves on the concrete, but otherwise provide very little cushioning. Seth back in the ring. And going out to break the count. But CJR decides he wants him back in the ring. And getting hoisted up and slammed by Seth. 2. Kick out at 2. Oh, slammed down by CJR. And the Outlaw now hoisting him up. And essentially, I think he just threw him by his hair. Seth doesn't have that long hair. The brutality of the Outlaw CJR Killer. Of course, he's waiting to hear what that match stipulation will be to get his partner Theron rehired on Warzone. And now, hung out to dry. And Seth kicks out at 2. Seth's trying to make his way back up. And instead, he is going to get dog walked by CJR Killer. And somewhere, I guarantee you, Theron Markov is watching this match and laughing his ass off. Oh! Dropped him, but rope break. And, oh, brought down by Seth. Going for the pin. 1, 2. Kick out at 2. Oh, nobody home for that elbow. And dead or alive. Seth survives the dead or alive. Going for another pin. And another 2 count. And 1, 2.
And your winner, Seth Justice Jackson.
Well, Seth with the victory, which I think, I will never disparage Seth Jackson's work in the ring, but it is possible that CJR Killer was maybe a little distracted. What with that match coming up to try and win back Theron Markov's contract. And what will that match be? Well, I will tell you in a little bit. But we're not there yet. In fact, right now, we are at a point in the show where I remind everyone that Multiverse Nexus Wrestling is dedicated to bringing you the best in wrestling action. But we also have to pay the bills. And so we are going to take a brief commercial break. And when we come back, we will bring you more of the finest action in the business, including the announcement of the Outlaw match type, as well as your main event. The Wide Bastard Minuano versus the Multiversal Heavyweight Champion, the Blue Hood. See you after the break.
Feel the warm, milky, healing, Jesus-powered goodness that is Lactatanks. Step inside or be thrown in forcibly by registered Anon after you've gotten the shit beaten out of you by multiple people in one wrestling match. We swear nobody has ever died in a Lactatank. What is the Lacta made of in the Lactatank? We have no fucking clue, but we enjoy it anyways, and you will too. Lactatanks, come feel our warm, creamy, healing Jesus goodness.
Multiverse, Nexus Wrestling's Warzone, Flashbang, and Firing Line are all proudly sponsored by Enraptured Beauty. Our products, rather than using unnatural and harmful chemicals, revitalize your skin by boosting the natural elements already present and enhance your natural beauty so you too can love your best self.
It's morning in Multiverse, and rest of day looms looking to break the weary like monster breaking human twig in wrestling ring. But there is remedy. Squash roast coffee, made from finest naturally grown beans for best wake-up energy. That's because every bean have 10 beans within. That'll be 10 times more big energy than competing brand. More than enough big squash energy to power through day. Squash roast coffee. It's big cup of good stuff. Now available in decaf. Oh, but there is need to come down from blood rage.
When you want the most detailed and violent-looking pictures of battlegrounds, look for Perfect Snap Photography. We do bar fights, wars, underground wrestling, and weddings.
My wedding dress, you fat harlot!
Remember, Perfect Snap Photography. It'll be bloody perfect in a snap.
You too can now wage war against the flabby wrestlers of MNW with your own exclusive Zacko action figure. It comes with trios tag belt accessories and nut-kicking action. Pull the cord to hear Zacko's famous quotes.
Get that microphone away from me before I shot up your...
The Zacko Duo action figure, sold separately.
Whether you're working at home or giving your opponent work, we here at Lowe's are there for you. We're here with our sturdy tables and ladders that cease to exist if broken in half. We're here with rings that can stand up to even the most grueling of hoss fights. And when a locker room door is inevitably smashed by an angry lion woman, or a fiery undead leaves burn marks all over your paint, Lowe's will be there with a little elbow grease, a substandard 2x4, and a 6-figure bill. Don't believe me? Listen to these satisfied customers.
You know, I like Lowe's because they have tables that I can put pizza on because everyone else keeps breaking the goddamn tables.
This is Raphael Sampson here to remind you that Lowe's brand lumber is subpar at best. You deserve better. And trust me, I would know. I worship a carpenter.
Sometimes when executing wrestling justice, I've had to break down a few barriers and a few walls.
Oh, fucking damn it, Max, my wall!
Thank goodness I shop at Lowe's so I can get the best deal on replacing and fixing all the walls I break.
Lowe's. Do it subpar for more.
Why?
And now, a message from the brass. This has been a message from the brass.
Have you or a beloved faction member suffered from a preventable workplace injury, jobber discrimination, threatening lawsuits from VIP, or harassment from Trashman Jones? You may be entitled to financial compensation and physical retribution. If so, please call Gorwheel & Associates Law Firm to schedule an appointment. We handle all cases, whether they be civil litigation, criminal litigation, or a backstage beatdown. We understand it's tough out here in the Nexus, and you need someone to both watch your back and break the other guys. So call 1-800-NEXUS-DEFENSE. And remember, you don't pay a fee unless we get blood and money for you.
And we're back. So before we get to our next match, we have somebody else who wants to come down and address the crowd. And it's a doozy, folks, because it is the leader of the International Combat Club, the Cyber Siberian himself, Nice Ice. And I can only imagine what he's got to say. Things have not been going great for the ICC of late. Let's hear what Ice has to say. Greetings, comrades. It is I, Nice Ice. And it is now the first day of June. I believe midway through the month you officially start summer, which seems a little silly, but I accept. And when thoughts turn to summer, well, in Cyber Siberia, we just be happy it's not winter. But in Multiverse Nexus Wrestling, thoughts turn to Multivania, the biggest show of the year, in August. Oh, not much time to prepare. But Nice Ice has to say, good to see that Louis McDonald and Tommy Blacks setting their sights on Multivania. And Nice Ice will say, yes, I want the same. I too am setting my sights towards Multivania. But I say that with no fear of needing to climb any ladders, fill any brackets. I assure you, I will be there. For I care not who I face, any opponent, any match. Nice Ice will take it, but Nice Ice will not settle for something trivial. No. When I go to Multivania, my opponent needs to be the right one. For Nice Ice stands at the pinnacle, both man and machine, but the greatest of all. And all will finally bow down, as is proper before the superiority of Nice Ice and his international combat club. Das Vidania. I mean, it's the season, everyone. Multivania is in August. A 2-night event crossing over Monday Night Warzone and Friday Night Flashbang. And we are already looking ahead to what kind of matches are we going to have on that, the biggest show of the year. And people are already setting their sights. Tonight, we have a Multiversal Heavyweight Championship match between Menuano and the Blue Hood. But you also have the Nexus Titan Championship, the Tag Belts, the Underworld Championship, the TTV Belt, and then that we get into the Flashbang Belts, and then, of course, all the other matches. So it's only right that people are looking ahead, although we still have to get through tonight. And speaking of tonight, Leon Arcaster asked for a tune-up match. He, after his impressive performance in the Elimination Chamber leading up to Future Shock, he has caught the attention of none other than the living nightmare Necron, whom he eliminated in the chamber and who would love a one-on-one opportunity against the Toa. So Leon is going to come in, check the engine, and get ready for that match. And all I have to say is, let's head down to ringside.
The following match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing Leon Arcaster.
It is the TOA Leon Arcaster representing Hero Time. Going one-on-one with a local talent. And we're off to the races. Oh! Going for that suplex, but the agility of Leon. Oh, the local guy tried to get out of the way, but a moonsault. No, take that, 2 moonsaults by the biomechanical man. And now a Hurricane takedown and a pinning combination. Arcaster whipping him into the ropes. Oh, taking him down. That is a miscalculation on that moonsault by Arcaster. And quickly get in the ring to break up whatever the local guy was planning. And getting slammed down. Now, maybe this guy's got something. We have had local talents ultimately get a shot to join the main roster. Look no further than Arcaster's teammate in Hero Time, the Multiversal Ant. Whoa! And a suicide move off the top. And the Spanish announce table is nervous. Doing that reverse moonsault on the outside, but Arcaster might want to think about getting this guy back in the ring. And at a 6 count he does. Going up top. Oh, diving elbow, but nobody home. And hung out to dry. 2. And getting the shoulder up at 2. And now this local guy just throwing Leon around. And Arcaster fights his way out. And now taking him on a tilt-a-whirl. One count. Oh, right in the gut. And hung out to dry again. Oh, again, Arcaster fighting his way out. And oh, slammed into the turnbuckle. Over 1, 2, nope, just 1. Nope. Never mind, the ref did do a 2 count. Reverse clothesline, but it took as much out of the local guy as it did Leon. DDT. Going up top. Oh, Leon got out of the way. And taking him on another tilt-a-whirl. And a 1 count. The guy getting back to his feet. Getting a punch in the back. And into the turnbuckle. Oh! Backstage, that's Necrom watching this match on the monitor. Sizing up his opponent for when they finally meet in the ring one-on-one. As Arcaster gets his opponent into the corner. And getting ready for the triple moonsault.
And your winner, Leon Arcaster.
And victory for the Toa in this tune-up match. But the knowledge that Necrom is waiting in the wings right now, quite literally. But Necrom is not one for sneak attacks. Necrom wants the match. Necrom wants the challenge. And right now, Necrom wants to take on Leon Arcaster, who has impressed him. And that, folks, when it happens, I fully expect will be a banger of a match. But that is a match for another day. Now, that was our penultimate match, by the way. And I've been teasing an announcement all night. So it's time. But you know what? Not here. No. This is too important. All right, like I said, I've been teasing an announcement all night. Theron Markov, here is the match for you and the Outlaws. It is what we are going to call a boom or bust ladder match. All of the Outlaws' contracts will be suspended over the ring in a briefcase. If you can win the match, Theron, you are reinstated. But if you lose, then the rest of the Outlaws are fired and are all permanently banned from MNW. But for whoever you're going to be facing, I need to sweeten the pot. I need to give them incentive. So, I will say this. Whomsoever grabs that case, whatever person that is, will get a match at Multivania. Wait, let's make it a little more enticing. Whoever grabs that briefcase will get a match at Multivania of their choice. And I already can hear you whining, Theron. Nope, that if you manage to grab it, that counts for you too. But you understand that this is going to make everyone very hungry for victory. All right, I'm back. So you heard it, folks. That's the stipulation. Now, I'm sure people are asking, okay, great, but who is Theron going to face? Well, you can't expect me to show all my cards. Besides, Theron wanted to know how I was stacking the deck against him. Well, now you know. Goddamn carny bum. Anyway, all that is not relevant now because it's time. It is time for your main event. The Blue Hood said that he will defend his Multiversal Heavyweight Championship against actual wrestlers, people who are actually out there to wrestle. And the person who has recently impressed the Hood is none other than the wide bastard, Minwanu. So tonight is the biggest night of Minwanu's career. And let's not keep him waiting anymore. Say it with me, everyone. Let's do this!
The following match is your main event and is for the Multiversal Championship. Introducing first, Minwanu.
He is the wide bastard, or sometimes the wide desperado, Minwanu, who in his time here has sought nothing more than to prove himself. And his big goal, getting an in-ring victory against the Lucha legend El Albatros, has come to pass, and now he was looking for new challenges. And oh boy, did he get one! But he has to face another legend, none other than the man who took the multiversal heavyweight belt off of El Albatros. And a bona fide legend in his own right.
And introducing their opponent, they are the multiversal heavyweight champion, the Blue Hood.
Member of Hero Time, the dark member of Hero Time, the Blue Hood. One of the veterans of MNW, gone through a lot, gone through many evolutions. Joined MNW years ago as Daver Boy, before graduating to being Daver Man, and then after a lot of hard road, re-emerged as the Blue Hood. And there they are, folks. Minuano with the biggest shot of his career, facing off against a man who, after all these years, has reached the pinnacle of the business. And now it is time. Time for the ceremony of the belt. Referee showing it to Minuano. This is what it is all about. The names of all the past champions etched on it. Can Minuano get his name added? And the strength of the wide bastard just pushing down Daver. I'm sorry, still call him Daver sometimes. That's the Blue Hood. He himself would tell you Daver Man is a long time ago and practically a different person. And blows being traded. Hood back in the ring. Minuano, circling the ring. Oh! An unexpected Blue Hood gonna fly. And the battle goes on. The Hood getting hoisted up and floating over. But Minuano, again, the power. Minuano is a luchador, but prefers powerhouse wrestling versus the cruiserweight skills of the Blue Hood. Minuano wants to keep the pace of this match slow. If it speeds up, it favors the Hood, who it looks like the wide bastard just busted open. And Wano finally knocked down. Can Blue Hood press his advantage? Oh, knee to the gut. But it looks like it took a bit out of the Hood. This is going to be a... The Blue Hood was impressed by Minwanu, but giving him the shot. This could, it looks like, be a rough match for the champ. Now in that arm bar. Oh, and slamming that elbow down. Things are looking rough for the Hood. As I said earlier, Minwano knows his best opportunity here is keep the pace slow and wear the Hood down. And he is going up top. High risk, high reward. Oh, speaking of which, the Hood dodges. Now can he press the advantage? The high-flying skill of the Hood on display. But he's having to work hard for every advantage. But he hits the vertigo. And now working on the arm and the hand of Minwanu. Trying to take those power wrestling advantages away from his opponent. Oh, and then there's a big boot. And slamming him into the turnbuckle. And up top. Oh, hoisting him into Dragon Sleeper, shades of Aiden Zero. And the Hood with the wherewithal to get out of the way, and then a Luthez press. And the wide bastard again, getting him outside, pressing the strength and power advantage. Oh, Minwano going outside to go after the Hood. Might have been a mistake, or maybe not. Oh, against the ring post. And the Hood back in the ring. And the Hood, not wanting to win by countout, goes flying from the high rent district. And now calling to the crowd. And just waiting for Minwano to get back in the ring. Or be ready to get back in the ring, I guess. Oh, into the turnbuckle. Or, sorry, stairs. It's been a long night, folks. I've had a lot on my mind. The Hood back in. And, oh, into the turnbuckle. Oh! Getting kicked to that leg and a suplex. The Hood's got to step up his game right now. It is a brutal battle, and I feel it's favoring Minwano. Minwano keeps absorbing everything the Hood is throwing. I think the Hood is seeing if he can just wear Minwano down, but how much damage is he doing it to himself? Getting thrown off again. Oh, working that leg in that modified tequila sunrise. Suplexing the Hood again. And now getting him in that crossface. The Hood manages to escape. And getting a diving kick into the glutes. What is it going? Oh, Minwano throwing the Hood back outside again. Which is great, but champion's advantage. If Minwano wants to win the multiversal heavyweight belt, he has to do it in the ring. This is a night where Galaxy Brain Tactics will not get the job done. Oh, went for a hammer strike, and the Hood was ready. Oh, going for that. That punch usually works for him, but not now. The Hood now knowing he is fighting for his life. He is fighting for his title. Wait, did he just hit a boss KO?
Your winner and still multiversal heavyweight champion, the Blue Hood.
Well, now I've seen everything. The Blue Hood pulled out a boss KO? Let's just say that is the finishing move of a wrestler that is forever known as Redacted. Even though his name is on that belt in the Hood's hand. But a victory by the Blue Hood, but a stellar performance by Minwano. The Blue Hood had to just basically drag himself up onto Minwano at the end after that boss KO. Now, before we wrap up the night, I would be remiss if I didn't present you with this social media post from Theron Markov after my announcement, saying, "Hey Jerry, you missed something. I'm net positive when it comes to my win-loss ratio in MNW ladder matches. So thanks for that gift, you pencil-pushing idiot. This is why you're retired. I'm sure you've done a great job in all that backyard wrestling you've done, Theron, but I get the advantage of booking your opponents. So, anyway, thank you all for joining us on this night. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we hope to see you again next week. Until then, I have been your host, Jerry Aldini. Good night!